Howdy, folks, and welcome. I am the Creepy Kentuckian.
I'm Uncle Bill. How are y'all?
We got a fun watch along for you. And I just sent this over to Uncle Bill. It's kind of a surprise because it's a little history lesson behind this video here. So, what we're about to watch is a tour of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. And I know you guys are probably like, well, that's not a big deal or anything, whatever, who cares, that house has been around forever. The interesting thing about this video is it's from the early 1990s.
Wow.
And it is when it was still at the original location when they shot the movie. And I first saw it, I was like, holy shit. Had they had left that house in that location where it was at, that would be like it would just be a destination to go.
Yeah, it'd be like Graceland for horror movie fans or something.
So, I think in the mid-90s, they moved the house. I think it originally was in Round Rock, Texas, and they moved it like near Austin or something, where it is now, where it's like a restaurant. It kind of been used 3 or 4 different times for different businesses or whatever. But this one here is the only footage that I've seen from the original location. This is an 8-minute video. And Gunnar Hansen is actually in this as well, talking about some of the shots from the movie. And it's interesting to see what shape that house was in back then, too. So... we're going to get it all queued up here, and Uncle Bill, you got any thoughts before seeing this?
I was just thinking. Before, so. No, I haven't seen it, but I was just thinking, like, what do you reckon would be the most like visited horror film destination?
Probably be the Monroeville Mall, maybe.
I was thinking there's a bunch of them, man. Like the Amityville house, the cabin thing from Evil Dead. Like, I don't think it exists anymore, but people still go out there. Like,
try to find like the foundation of it and all.
Yeah. That. So I don't know.
But yeah, when you see this, I didn't watch all of it. I just watched the first few seconds of it. But it's like, my God, I could not imagine walking because it looked so much like it did in the movie. But we'll get it queued up and ready here for you.
Here we go.
So, this is camcorder footage.
93.
So they're still talking about where the swing was.
Yeah.
So that'll give you an idea.
Dear God, it does look the same though, doesn't it?
Yeah. But the house itself, I mean, look at how... Had they not took it and refurbished it or whatever they did, like it probably would have been... It would have been... fell in by now, I guess.
I wonder why they didn't just try to like remodel, like where it was at.
I think it was in a real remote location, maybe. That was the issue with it. But man, just think of like, look at the shape the floors and stuff were in.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, this is one of the cases where they shot the interiors pretty much in this house too. So it was exterior and interior shots.
Good God, that is kind of fascinating to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Because this would have only been like, what, 20 years?
It'd been right at 20 years, yeah.
That's really...
that famous shot with Hooper was taken.
Yeah, it's really kind of deteriorated since then, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's in a real remote part of Texas, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, I couldn't imagine going there and seeing that live. And then we fast forward to, I think at this point they had already moved it. Yeah.
There it is, yeah.
It was Kingsland Old Town Grill. Which I don't think it's that now. I'm not sure what it is now.
I thought it was something with barbecue in it.
I think they did do barbecue in it.
Back here, because it's such a beautiful building, and I don't remember it, looking nice like this at all.
They definitely fixed it up quite a bit. A little bit too much, but I guess if you're
Yeah.
using it for a business or something like that, people can still go by and check it out. It's just, it doesn't look as creepy.
Owner didn't want us to cut the original door, but I missed at one point and cut. So in the building when we left, there was a big gash here from the chainsaw carving into the door frame. And when we came in, we were so afraid that I was going to miss my cue. When I came in the door, Danny Pearl was on the floor here, filming up, and that's why there's.
They have turned the gas station into like a bed and breakfast type deal.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I saw something about that. Yeah.
You can spend the night in the gas station.
I guess it was so scary having me kick in the door, so that sort of distracted me. And then
I think that might be a good idea for this house if somebody wanted to try that.
and if you look up this way, this is the window that Marilyn ran out. Jumped out of, and as I remember at the time, these.
That's so bizarre, though. They just relocated the whole friggin' house.
Yeah, I think they moved it on like a semi truck or whatever.
Yeah, this is the hall where I carried Terry McMinn down. We brought Terry down this way.
So it doesn't even look like they're trying to capitalize on the fact of what it is.
No, not then. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with it now. From what I'd heard, there'd been 3 or 4 different restaurants in it. The last thing, I think it was a barbecue place that I can recall.
Yeah.
This was the original dining room. This is where.
But yeah, you would think they would at least want to promote the fact that it was like a horror destination.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that place is known for. I don't know why they're not.
But you got to think too, this was in the year 2000 as well, so
yeah, that's
fans
true.
weren't as rabid.
That dining scene was taken. We shot that during the day, and it was supposed to look like it was at night.
Did you ever watch the 4K version of that yet? I haven't
Oh
watched
yeah,
it.
you haven't watched it? Oh god, it does look amazing. Which is bizarre that it can look that good, considering it's just one of those films that doesn't look like it's film really.
Yeah, I remember the Blu-ray looking amazing that Dark Sky did. So I'm kind of shocked that they haven't released the 4K of it here yet. Maybe they're remastering it further somehow.
It's just one of those movies, though, man. It just lives on. Like I could watch that movie anytime.
It's kind of strange now to look out the window and realize that the barn isn't there. Because I keep thinking we're still on Quick Hill, but obviously we're 100 miles away.
They do have some creepy shit in there. Taxidermy stuff.
You can tell, though, the windows and stuff, like where they're at in position to the movie.
And the bone furniture. This was the living room in the film. And when Sally escaped, she's being...
So at this point in time, mostly everybody from Texas Chainsaw Massacre was still alive.
Oh, yeah.
So they were doing like full-blown reunions. This would have been what, the 30...
The big bone couch
25th,
right here.
30th anniversary, something like that.
We had the chicken hanging...
In 2000?
2000.
Yeah. Oh, what would that be? Shit. 25 years? 26 years?
26 years.
Yeah.
And was, after Leatherface kills Jerry and is wondering what's going on, Leatherface runs out here, and I ended up sitting here by this window, right there.
Something else I always thought was interesting too. I have never seen a photo of Gunnar Hansen without the mask on from the making.
Yeah, I have neither. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was mostly.
I'll tell you something else that's a little bit interesting too. I don't know if he'll pull through with this, but he mentioned it to me. I didn't bring it up to him. Ken Daniels at Friday Night Film Fest said that he found that footage with the interview on it.
Oh yeah.
That he was going to get it for us. I don't know if that'll happen, but that's the only time we ever interviewed Gunnar Hansen.
That would be fucking awesome if he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
The long lost interview. We gotta hype that up if he does get it for us.
Yeah. Like, dude, just put it on a flash drive, and I'll.
Do you remember doing it?
Yeah. That was the biggest one that I think we interviewed.
The rest of the house apparently was untouched.
They only had a couple of guests at that show. Heidi Martinuzzi, we talked to her. Nobody really cared about that. John Dugan and a couple of independent filmmakers, and then Gunnar Hansen was the big one. So yeah, if we ever get that, that's definitely going up for sure.
The wall was pretty well covered, and I think the wall was red. I'm not sure. It's been so many years, it's hard to remember. A lot of it's sort of a fog after a while.
But this sort of thing always interests me. Like I watch a lot of that Horrors Hall Ground stuff, and there's that, what is that, Grimm's Life or something like that. He does the same thing as Sean Clark. So, but I'd never seen that early footage before from 1993. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I don't remember ever seeing that footage of that, the 93 stuff for sure.
It's just bizarre to go back and look at stuff like that, like to see how the places have changed and deteriorated. And then, I love to watch any of that stuff, like any of the stuff about Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street or any of that, really. The stuff about Evil Dead. That cabin was pretty much deteriorated by it when they did it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of those things too. Had somebody not gotten there and saved it somehow, it wouldn't be standing at all right now. So at least it's still up, and like the Evil Dead cabin's long gone. You might find a brick or two left from the foundation. That's about it.
I remember when people were trying to sell like pieces of the rock
dirt from the cabin.
It's like, come on,
dirt here, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Just go outside in your yard and get a bunch of dirt. Here it is.
So, but yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you like these watch-alongs, give us some ideas on other stuff to do. The trailers and all that stuff. Definitely we'll be doing more of those. But I think things like this is kind of interesting to look at too and talk about. The possibilities are really endless with the watch-along stuff.
Yeah, like this kind of stuff is my favorite thing to do. I don't know why. Like the slasher trailers and things like this. Yeah.
You know what we could do too? I was thinking about this because, man, there's an endless amount of these. The fan films that they have on.
Oh, God, yeah. That's a great idea, really. Like, we've never done that before.
Yeah, they've got like any versus film you can think of. Pinhead versus Leatherface versus Freddy versus Michael Myers. And
there's ones that float around out there that you hear about that are supposed to be really, really good. Like the good quality ones. And, so
that may be a possibility.
Yeah. We probably don't have to have any permission to do that since they're already ripping off shit anyway. It's like,
No, fuck the permission. It's fair use. We're making we're doing, I've looked up all these laws and shit. I've had Eric C. Kahn counsel with me from prison.
Yeah.
So he's made it aware of what's legal and what's not legal.
From his prison in Nicaragua, where he's at?
From prison.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is it. We will catch you guys next time. I'm the Creepy Kentuckian.
I'm Uncle Bill.
Check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Or DEADPIT on Patreon.
Bitch.
Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that DEADPIT puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DEADPITonPatreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old DEADPIT radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. DEADPITonPatreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.